Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to our YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I've posted in the past. If you have any video that you would like me to make, please let me know. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. For many years, I struggled with my home cooking until I developed the fast cooking system. The word fast stands for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. This cooking system allowed me to make home cooking as part of my daily routine, and probably one of the most important factors is that I developed a technique called flavor chasing. Flavor chasing is important because it allows me to cook the food that I love and enjoy. The end result is that I find home cooking is something that I would like to do because nobody else can cook for me better than I can. Well, the reason is obvious, because I know exactly how I like my food. Most people find creating the flavor of the food that they like is somewhat mysterious because there's so many different types of flavoring agents out there. There's herb and spices, there are different kind of sauces. And you have to experiment with them in order to get the right flavor that you want. A lot of time, they seem to be very confusing. Quite often, if you make the wrong choice, you ruin the food. And that really makes the experience to be a negative one. So to creating the right flavor is often challenging. In this video, I'm going to show you there is almost a surefire flavoring agent that you can use, and this is oyster sauce. And my introduction to oyster sauce is at a very young age. When I was growing up in Hong Kong, I remember everybody used oyster sauce in their cooking. In fact, my family used oyster sauce in almost any type of dishes that they cook. I won't say every dish, but majority of the dishes, oyster sauce is only go in. But oyster sauce was used in restaurants, particularly in different kind of a Chinese restaurant in America. When I was a college student, I cooked in a Chinese restaurant, and I remember I used oyster sauce in almost any dishes that we cook. Now, however, using oyster sauce is a little bit more complicated because you use different amount depending on the dishes that you cook. So from this standpoint, the oyster sauce is a very flexible sauce that you can use in different capacity. Now, the history of oyster sauce actually is fairly long. It's about a sauce that created 200 years ago in the southern part of China, in a province known as Guangdong Province. During that period, apparently the one enterprising cook, he found that if he take oyster extract and combine it with some common ingredients, he can create a sauce that he can use in stir frying. Today, you can actually make your homemade oyster sauce using oyster and create that extract. It is very simple and easy to make. However, it's much easier to use the commercial oyster sauce. The commercial oyster sauce is made by a company called Lee Kum Kee. This is the company where the oyster sauce originated. However, there are other brands of oyster sauce available, but the Lee Kum Kee oyster sauce, the one that with a panda on the surface of the bottle, is probably the most common one, and we call it the panda oyster sauce. But there are other kinds of oyster sauce as well. A lot of them depend on how much oyster extract that you have in it. The oyster sauce with a lot of oyster extract tend to be more expensive, as you would expect it. The Panda Express oyster sauce contains some other seasoning agent that help to enhance the oyster flavor. However, the oyster flavor does not require oysters. In fact, you can create a vegetarian oyster sauce as well. So what is an oyster sauce? Well, the foundation of the oyster sauce is the umami flavor. The human tongue is capable of 5 different tastes. There are 5 different taste buds dedicated to each of these tastes. And they are salt, sugar, sour, bitter, and umami. Now, we all know the other 4. Some of you might not know exactly what is umami flavor. Umami flavor is actually frequently described as the savoriness. Anytime you drink, say, a chicken soup, the savory flavor that comes from the chicken soup is because of the umami molecules in it. Now, umami molecule has now known to be determined by a compound known as monosodium glutamate. Monosodium glutamate is responsible for creating this savoriness. Now, of course, MSG has been extracted and used as a seasoning agent. However, MSG is naturally present in many different types of food ingredients. Mushroom is well known contain a high level of umami molecules. The oyster extract also rich in umami molecules. However, when you look at naturally occurring umami molecules, they also associate with other flavoring molecules in the food ingredients. And it is this complexity that lead to different type of food ingredients that can provide different type of umami experience. And oyster sauce is one of those experiences that you can get with a umami flavoring sauce. So oyster sauce, when it combined with other molecules which is formulated by the company, make it a wonderful sauce that many people enjoyed. Because it provides many umami flavor, the oyster sauce can be considered to be a very basic universal sauce. The end result is that it can be used with many different types of food ingredients. It can be used with meat, vegetables, seafood, and the range is almost unlimitedness. It can be used in food that have no sauce, but also can be used food with a lot of sauces and also used in soup as well. And the end result is that many people love oyster sauce, and because of this, oyster sauce has become one of the most popular sauce in Asian cooking. Now today, oyster sauce has reached other type of cuisine tradition as well. Many dishes that are not originally based on the Asian cooking style also start to use oyster sauce. Today you will find oyster sauce in most supermarkets, and it is one of those sauces that many people will have in their kitchen cabinet. Oyster sauce frequently is known as a foundational sauce because you can use oyster sauce in combination with other type of sauces such as hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce is also come from the southern part of China. Hoisin sauce has a slightly different flavor characteristics. Hoisin sauce usually tastes slightly sweet. Hoisin sauce is used in combination of oyster sauce can create the traditional flavor characteristics of a teriyaki sauce. Although teriyaki sauce can be accomplished by many different ways, but the easiest way is to combine oyster sauce and hoisin sauce. Now, however, oyster sauce can be used in many with other type of sauces. So, for example, I have all the sauces that I've shown here, which I normally have in my kitchen cabinet, such as a chili sauce, a light soy sauce, a dark soy sauce, and a sriracha sauce. And all of this will create flavor characteristics. I also have a sweet sour sauce that I use, a General Tso sauce, a teriyaki sauce, as well as a orange sauce. Now, all of these sauces are created in combination with different type of seasoning agent. They are more complex than oyster sauce. Oyster sauce, mainly the major ingredient is the oyster extract. However, if you use oyster sauce as a fundamental sauce and combine it with other type of sauces, you can create more complex flavor characteristics. And in this case, your dish will have more the complex flavor. However, different type of ingredients will react differently to oyster sauce. And when you combine oyster sauce, say for example, with a hot chili oil sauce, it will be quite different with one type of dish that may be rich in certain type of vegetables as compared to another dish that might be mainly contain chicken and with just a few vegetables in it. When you use these different sauces with, say, tofu, it will create another different characteristics that in association with the sauce. So you can imagine the oyster sauce is the basic building block for create the type of flavor in combination with other type of sauces that you layer on top of it. I come across my basic idea of flavor chasing when I discovered that if I use oyster sauce as a foundation, I can make adjustment to the dish by varying both the amount of oyster sauce that I use as well as other type of sauces that I put on top of it. And this lead to a tremendous variation of different sauces that I create. And therefore, home cooking is an experimentation. If you view home cooking as a static approach by following recipe, you're going to miss out a lot of possibilities, a lot of flavor experience. So give this a try. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine so that you can't avoid fast and ultra-processed food. And with home cooking, this is an investment of your long-term health. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.